Well, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Kranzer, and I'm going to take a look at another one of the heroes who just got changed in the previous patch, got a little bit of updates. Became much more of an anti-mage character. He's really good at doing that kind of shit now. Well, actually, he's always been kind of good at it. Always been kind of great at it, actually. I don't want to say kind of good. He's amazing at it. He's a really good pick for anti-mage. So we're going to look at some of his talents. I'm going to change my level to 20 real quick.
Choose a
This is
talent.
going to be a real quick guide
Choose a
going over the
talent.
talents, talking about what they do, and I'll probably do a game afterward in a different video, like a quick match game if people want to see that. I don't know. Some people don't like it. Some people do. I don't really care. I'm still going to post it. So what we're looking at here, level 1. You got 3 talents. I would say of the 3, this is going to be Regeneration Master, be the one you pick if you for some reason decided to pick Anub'arak as a tank or a bruiser that's going to have a fight against people or a team that doesn't have mages. Why you would do that? A team without, well, mages, ability power users, people who are heavy ability damage rather than auto attack. This would be the talent you pick. Now, if you're playing against some team that has like a Li Ming, for example, this is amazing. This talent here, the Beetles have spell armor. Or I guess anybody that has AoE that they like, okay, it's good against Arthas, for example, because it makes the Beetles last longer against his we call it Frozen Tempest. Li Ming, the Beetles would be harder to kill with her orbs and stuff. It's not going to be as effective against a hero like, say, Kel'Thas or Chromie, because they can target you and hit you behind. Like the Beetles don't block the damage pretty much, but still it's great. So I would say like you're tossed up here. The Beetles for this though, it's permanent, it's always active, whereas this is just a charge thing. It only has an 8-second thing. It's only 30% though. 8 seconds for a charge, lasts for 1.5 seconds after you take ability damage. So any damage that happens within that 1.5 seconds is all taken down by 30% on you. Me, I prefer the Resilient Scarabs. Okay, this is almost completely a Scarab build. So, level 1, Resilient Scarabs. Level 4, you gotta go with Legion of Beetles, because that's just extra Scarabs, right? We're completely focusing on Scarabs. We're not worried about increasing the charge range or damage or any of that bullshit, because that's not the focus to build. The focus is to get as many Scarabs out as you can, and to just overwhelm a target. This is a really great build for multiple things, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. So level 4, pick up the Legion of Beetles. That's just a automatic effect. It goes up here. You can move it over here. You can turn it off. Like the Beetles won't spawn if you're on your mount. Like you can see, I'm not spawning Beetles. If I jump off, it's going to spawn Beetles. But you can also turn it off if you don't want to be mounted and you want to be hiding. So that's a little effect that you can use to hide in a bush or whatever, not let somebody know where you are. Or you can just be mounted up and it also won't spawn them. But don't forget to turn it back on. You don't want to leave that shit off because that's wasting your time. Level 7, Leeching Scarabs. 20% attack damage increase, and they heal for 50% of the damage they deal. So that combined the old Leeching ability as well as a attack damage increaser that was like at 13 or 16, I don't remember which. So now not only do the Beetles hit harder, but they heal you now. So, as you're seeing, the whole point of getting all these Beetles out, making an army, making them as durable as possible, and healing you so you can be as survivable as possible. This one's a toss-up. If they have a really high priority target that you can put into a cocoon that you're worried about, like you can kind of judge at that point in the game, okay, well this Li Ming is being very dangerous or whatever, you can pick the cocoon. Me, I usually go with Locust Swarm, unless there's a person who's like really outstanding and playing at the top of their game, and they're the one carrying the team, then you can pick Cocoon, but otherwise Locust Swarm for the survivability and extra damage, AoE damage on top of that. Level 13. This one seems to be a decent pick. Slowed, rooted, or stunned increases your attack damage by 70%. So you'd actually be doing decent auto attack damage. And your Q is a stun. You don't have a slow effect normally. Your E also has a like knock up stun effect. But I'm questioning the usage of that because it's still reliant on cooldowns, 12 seconds per each cooldown, so you're not really getting a whole lot of extra boost out of it. Whereas with Burning Rage, 50 damage at level 20, as you can see I'm level 20, 50 damage every second to everybody around you without having to activate anything, and it's also good against Zagara's creep or anything that, you know, is based on the ground that you want to get rid of. So for me, at 13, it's Burning Rage. At 16, to continue with the icons of the Beetles here, looking at Beetlejuiced. Every third basic attack against an enemy hero spawns a beetle, and this is where you become like an amazing duelist against most everybody in the game, except for a few people that want to actually trade into you, like the Butcher. You don't want to duel the Butcher unless you can break his heal effect, because he'll out heal you, he'll out damage you, and he'll just crush you into the ground. But any mage out there, or if you're getting into combat with against like another tank, spawning extra beetles, healing you more, making you tougher to kill, it all works together in conjunction, right? That's how it works. A lot of people like to take this Hive Master thing at 20. I'm not a big fan of that ability. I prefer going with Rewind. Now the spell armor would be nice, you're fighting a big mage battle or whatever, happy days. But we're not looking to do that, right? We're looking to get more beetles. So Rewind lets you pop all your abilities again in a big burst, and that could get you up to a total of 6 beetles out at a time with just the cooldowns, and then whatever beetles you got spawning from your scarab host over here, and then also any beetles that you're getting from auto attacking. So yeah, that's the build. Beetle, Beetle, Beetle. Pick whatever alt. Burning Rage, Beetle, and then Rewind. So lots of beetles, every beetle talent. I'd go with all of them. They're all good. So pretty much what it's going to look like is you get on this guy's face and it's going to be a swarm of beetles. So you go in, you get on them, start attacking, and then you pop that, get that going, and then bam, there's an army of beetles, as you can see. Just like that. Look at that army. Look at that fucking army of beetles. They're all hitting for 45 damage. Now, of course, I'm playing this AI, so, you can't really rely on that, what you're looking at there. But as an idea, let me reset. Well, actually, I don't even need to reset cooldown. Let's look at the DPS, right? So this is the DPS reading down here. So this counts. This is counting as a hero. So you get to see that passive effect where it spawns a beetle every 3. You can see I'm doing 300 DPS just auto attacking, which is a lot for a bruiser from just auto attacks. And it's actually scaling up. It's scaling up to 370. So, but I'm not even using any abilities here. This is just auto attacks, almost at 400. So if we were to pop in our abilities as well, you can see I'm breaking 400 DPS, and that's pretty solid. This is a solid amount of damage against a single target. So this is actually a high DPS build, or sustain, not a high DPS, like, so really good sustained DPS build. And you can see also that coming over here to do camps, since these guys single target enemies, or single target with their attacks, I got so many beetles that I don't even take any damage fighting this camp. Now, I'm not the fastest killer of the camp, for sure, You're obviously not the fastest at doing it. But you come over here, you can do the same thing. Kill this mage first. Get our beetles rolling out. So in those instances where, your team's falling behind and you need to get a little bit more camp action, a little bit more map control, the Anub'arak can fill in a pinch. Obviously like a Sonya or an Artanis could be doing this probably more efficiently. Sonya for sure. But as far as bruisers go, I mean, this build is pretty well balanced all around. Like you see, I didn't take any damage at all. Well, because I was healing and all. So like going on Arthas, to get on this guy, pop your ult. Now you got a freaking army of beetles here. And he's running. He's going to get away from me. But, yeah, the capacity of this build is, I think, pretty good. And I'm going to actually do a video, like I said, trying it out and exploiting it. But this was just the base understanding of the guide or the abilities and what they do. Um, and I'm going to kill this video, and then I'm going to queue up in a quick match and do a full gameplay there so that people can watch it in action. That's it for this one. I'll see you in a bit.